True crime, a terrible sight. Numbnuts here. World of YouTube. Hey, wait a minute. Found a new, well, not a new article, but I found it. June 5th, 2020. Jordan Smith Summer Reporter. And a new path. Talking about the Delphi murders. And one thing stuck out in this. Now, it might have been seen, it might have been heard, and it might have been covered, but I'm going it over it anyways because of the simple fact that all the articles I've read, all the stuff I've gone over, everything I've covered did not mention this. And if I have missed it, well, it's not my problem. But it's got to do with another vehicle. And of course, we have the sister of one of the Kelsey German talking to the reporter. There's a sign there now, I guess. In, honor of the girls. I guess this sister has been studying law, I guess. Which is, a lot of people do that. Especially the case that Freedom Man. His sister knew that the guy didn't do some murders. I covered that case. Kenny Waters' story. Poor guy died 6 months after he got released from jail. But his sister went to law school, went and got him examined to the case. And yeah, it got to the point where DNA proved he was innocent. Spent a lot of years in jail. So hopefully this sister here can move on to the great world of law and bust through some milestones that stand in front of her and the family. And she goes on to talk about how she dropped off the girls. There's a memorial now there. Where is it? Enemy remains unknown to law enforcement. He wore faded jeans, navy blue jacket now. Brown sweatshirt. The hood pulled over his head. Video captured on Libby's phone shows him walking towards the girls. On a later recording, he says guys down the hill. Around noon, the girls are found the next day. Now here, we're talking about, there's a couple things. Steep embankment. Which, when I remember the interview with the mother of one of the victims, she said they were in a wooded area, remote from anybody seeing them. But she did not mention nothing about a steep embankment. Now, to me, that kind of is a game changer. Because what I visualize in my head of what everybody been talking about, it was just a wooded area with flat land. Now, putting a steep embankment there, it's to say, where were they really found? It just, there's now becoming so many pieces to this puzzle that you thought I had it almost done. But yet, the killer is still at large, and now new things are being written into articles. Which leads me to the next thing. I'm going to do something like that. Seeing a dark SUV its rear windshield covered in decals, parked near the entrance. Now, this could be just some random walker. 50 people there that day. But I haven't heard or seen nothing about this, and or let alone this vehicle being found and investigated, or the person driving it talked to. Of course, she paid no mind to it. And like I say, man, when I go out every day, I see someone or something that I feel as if is strange. Here's the thing. I went to Fort Devens one night because I was going to do a little ghost hunting. Perfect example. And to this day, I still have the picture. But I was going to Silver Lake. Like I say, Silver Lake used to be a mountain. Native Americans said that there was a mountain. And one night, they went all to bed. And the next morning, throughout the night, they heard rumbling, crumbling. Was scared out of their minds. Didn't check on what it was. But to their surprise, the next morning, they got up and went to see what the rumbling was. The hill was gone. The pond was there, or lake, and it was now Silver Lake. No depths in it, supposedly. That right there. Bang. I went out one night because I was going to do a ghost hunt. But this was about 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. Now, it could have been a vehicle broke down. Could have been a vehicle, well, I can't say parking, making out type thing, blah, 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 blah. Because I sat there and I had the light shining on it. Just, to make sure there was no one in there and I wasn't interrupting something. Because if I was going to leave right away. But no one showed up. No one looked out the windows. I sat there for a good 5 minutes. But because of the simple fact is right, there was a car there. I wasn't going to do my ghost hunting. But, boom, bang, slam, bash, crash, boom. Back in my mind, I said, because of everything I've been going over, everything I've read so far, and everything I've dealt with in life, and going through crimes right now as we speak. So I'm going to take a picture of that license plate, just in case there ain't something going on out in them woods. Now, there's state police throughout that area, always monitoring, always watching, in Fort Devens, or now called Devens, but I didn't care. I took a picture of their plate and I still have it in my phone, just in case something comes up. Oh, because things do happen to come up years later. This car was sitting at Mirror Lake and something happened and the body was found, and if I get a timeline or something, say so, and I got a picture of a date with the plate and blah, 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 unless I hear something criminal-wise happened, I'm keeping that picture deep in my records in my phone. Photos. Just in case. That's how I think. That's how everybody should think these days. Even when I go past trails lately, because I've been out by Mount Wachusett doing my little run. Because there's that house up there I found, and guaranteed I will be going back to it, do another ghost hunt. But I see a lot of people up there, boy. And when I do drive by, it just crosses my mind. Ooh, maybe I should think of this. That, here's another example, man. And I'm surprised right now I'm not dead. Wendy's on John Fitch Highway in Fitchburg, Mass. Here's another perfect example about suspicious cars, or even if you come in contact with somebody. Alright? And this guy, gang member. And just because of what he did this day, perfect example. And what I did that day, I mistaken him for an old friend. I thought it was one of my old buddies from school. And as I pulled up, I was looking in his mirror. And I was like, oh, is that my boy? And I'm looking, I'm trying to get a bit. Then he seen me looking. So I'm saying, oh shit, this has gotta be him. And, around that time, no lie, I seen that kid at the laundromat. And unfortunately, I lost his goddamn phone number. Because the other phone I had died on me. Lost all my contacts. Lost his number. I kicked myself in the ass. He was a damn good friend. And as I'm looking in there, I'm waving. I'm like, doing all this. Is that, like saying, is that you? And what does the guy do? He thinks I'm doing something. I'm gang marking or something. Because I was pointing, like waving. And I went like this. I said, is that you? Tom. I said his name, Tom. He gets out of the freaking... Who are you talking to? You talking to me? You got a problem? And all of a sudden, he was at the friggin', order, and he pulled up, and all of a sudden, the lady's on there, you're gonna take your order? I'm sitting here, hey, man, yeah, sorry, I got the wrong person. He said, you talking to me? I said, no, man, I'm trying to explain myself now. He said, you ever talk to me again, I come after you. He's giving me all this look and da-da-da, and swinging his hands, and I'm like, whoa, guy. And then I finally spoke up and said, hey, man, I said, because he wouldn't let me speak. And I said, guy, I thought you were a friend of mine from school. He said, oh, okay, whatever. He said, oh, yeah. I'm like, wow, man. And just because the kid was Laotian, all right? And he had something I seen that I knew was a gang. But just for my safety, I seen his car 2 days later parked somewhere. Once again, I took that camera, and if anything ever happens to me, I said to my wife, and it's gang related, you got the plate number right here. Right? You got to think like this, man. Anybody who's got to see something that looks suspicious, you get that gut feeling. It doesn't matter if there's nothing happening or not. I'd break that camera open, take that picture, or whatever you got to do. Call the cops. And if there's something or someone or a vehicle you don't see normally driving through your town, especially Delphi, of a friggin' population of 2,800. Oh, man. If I lived in that town, people would probably be hating my guts. They're going to be calling, you guys calling me again. You guys are harassing me. Say I'm suspicious. That's right. There's a citizen on patrol. Especially if it's about rapists, child raper, woman raper, anything of indication of some sick, twisted F that needs to be taken off the street. Oh, that's right. I got a chick, click, picture on you. Hey, buddy. That's right. Citizen on patrol. But sometimes with people, it takes a tragedy to even start looking or thinking that way. Gratefully, I haven't had a tragedy like that happen yet. But due to me reading tragedies and things I've seen in my life, people, take this word of wisdom, put it deep embedded in your brain. And because, this is probably why, hey, I haven't had a tragedy. Because I'm not trying to frickin' lowball anybody, bust chops. It's just some people are raised into sometimes a family that don't even think or even have a clue what that would bring into your life if it did happen. But for people not to think like me, and this is what I do every day, hopefully you'll take that into mind and start, don't get me wrong. Some people I comment on my stuff say they do things and then, and then there's other people that just say, wow, I never thought of that, or holy crap, But this is why I do things my way. Because you know what? There's always something could be missed. There's always something that could be, not thought of. And don't get me wrong, there's people that came up with great ideas given to me that I looked into. And I thank them for that. I thank everybody highly who helps me even come up with more ideas. And sometimes with that idea I'm given to me, I come out with additional ideas of my own. Because, I didn't think of that. And someone did. Well, that's why it's good to have a group of people get together and say, oh, yeah, I never thought of that. He thought of that, and then I thought of this, and give that to him. And then he gave me another idea to think of this. And this one gave me that idea to this. All leads back to the fans. Highly appreciate it. I'm giving you ideas, you're giving me ideas, and that's what people, solves cases. The more minds you put together and slam together, come up with more thoughts and theories. But if you got a crooked system, and that's what sucks to say, people, that's what screws it all up. And like I say, in the Maura Murray case, someone had told me that I came up with something. I'm starting to get a little figuration of what I maybe have said. But law enforcement didn't release something, and I figured something out. That's right. Who knows if it will happen with this case. But all in all, I know I'm on the right path doing it my way. I don't want to do it anybody else's way. And every time I go on someone else's channel, I get accused of stealing their shit. So sometimes I do go and look into stuff, but, try not to do that. But this, on the other hand, another vehicle, dark SUV, decals. This is just like the Maura Murray case with the friggin' Marines decal or eagle on the back of the truck, and that truck was never searched for. Yeah, they did do a small search, but if I was in charge, it would have been up and down the damn East Coast. It would have been through every East Coast state, New England state. I don't care if it would have been Maine, all the way to Rhode Island to Connecticut. That truck would have been hunted down, even though it came from Massachusetts. Just like these vehicles need to be more on the iWatch grid. But until that next video, be safe, take care. Hopefully people take my advice. Gotta do that suspicious stuff, start taking pictures, people. If you got that gut feeling something don't look right, take that picture, send it in, call it in. Who cares? Anonymous tips always work the best. Because if it is something that could get you, drug or gang-related wise, well, always hide out in the boondocks. But if you're getting rid of a rapist off the friggin' street, woman, child, even a man getting raped, then that's one step closer to getting them all down. Let them know that there's going to be no tolerance for this shit. Start going above the law and get some citizen on patrol. Till our next video, out.